All right, Steelers Nation. All righty. A little bit of a late night this go around, as y'all can see. Workout started. All right. Whenever they get on field, GMs, coaches start talking even more. Yeah, makes the day a little bit longer out here at the Scouting Combine. Credentialed up. Like I said, man, I feel real important whenever I get to break out my credentials. All right. So salute that. But on the front end, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Hope y'all been enjoying some of these updates as well. Try to drop some, some of this behind the scenes, some of the nuggets that we are getting, man, and just kind of give my thoughts while we are out here at the Scouting Combine. But today, man, we did get a chance to holler at the official man, the myth, the legend, Steelers General Manager Omar Khan came and talked today, man. Yeah, he did his whole media rounds, man, whether we talking some of the radio stuff, podium stuff, one-on-one video stuff. So, a lot of information. But what I wanted to focus on with Omar specifically was, him talking about the quarterback position. He was asked about Kenny Pickett, his confidence level in Kenny, and also, would he be interested in even Justin Fields and stuff like that. And the thing that, Omar essentially said was he has full confidence and faith in Kenny Pickett. And he also brought up the fact that, they want Mason Rudolph back, and they're, going to start those conversations and stuff like that as well, but they do intend to add competition. Now, with that, it was a couple of things. Number one, I was like, man, the message has been the same 3 times in a row, whether you're talking Coach Tomlin saying that Kenny Pickett is QB1, whether you're talking Mr. Rooney talking about Kenny Pickett getting an opportunity to come back and compete to be QB1. Now you're hearing the GM, Omar Khan, say the exact same thing. I know there is a faction of Steelers Nation that wants, a big splash head quarterback. They want somebody significantly different. I don't think that's going to be the case. I do feel like Kenny Pickett is the guy that they are going to give those first opportunities to, and I don't blame them. I get it. He's the first round pick from 2 years ago. You have a lot invested in him, and it's still, certain variables are part of the equation that do beg the question of if he can do certain things to improve, or was it more some of the variables that were holding him back, or is it just he is who he is? Those are all very, very legitimate questions, but at the same time, those are the same questions that you're going to have about Justin Fields to an extent. Those are similar questions that you're going to have about Russell Wilson to an extent. And I just think that, for the organization, when they're putting their neck on the line to draft a guy in the first round, they are going to, like I said, use every resource in their ability to give that guy the chance to be successful, along with, I do think that they're not going to be as quickly to move on in comparison to some of us, like I said, in terms of a fan perspective, or even some of the media. But with that being the case, though, it was interesting that, that he was specifically talking about, bringing Mason back because he is interested in what he brought to the table. And I do like that. And there are questions still about Mason's market. Were the 4 games that he played in impressive? Yes. Amongst the nation, are we going to magnify it? Absolutely. But in terms of a global perspective, are there going to be certain things about those games, those performances, and as you comb through it, could that kind of hinder Mason's market? I do think that is a legitimate possibility, and I think that would help the Steelers from a negotiation standpoint. But that's one of them parts where it's like, man, are you confident with just a Mason and Kenny Pickett competition, or do you want something different? Now, I do think in terms of the competition being added, I mean, we've talked about this multiple times, but after, Omar Khan comes and talks again today, I do feel like we are not going to be in what I call the A tier of free agent quarterbacks. I think we're going to get that second class of guys, when we're talking the Tannehills, maybe even Sam Darnold's, like that level that can come in and truly, compete with Kenny. But ultimately, so Kenny can get the best chance of being QB1. I think that is where I'm kind of leaning right now. You guys let me know, though, in the comment section, because you guys heard the same comments that I've heard to an extent. Just obviously we were here where you guys are getting a second hand. But either way, let me know your thoughts, though, man. Are you confident and have full faith in Kenny Pickett that he will be able to bounce back, he will be able to develop? Or do you, have some legitimate concerns? And I don't think there's a right or wrong answer with that. I do ask that you, put your reason in why, show your work a little bit. But, I could definitely understand for those of you that are a little bit skeptical about this approach. I will end it with this though. If we are going to run it back with Kenny and we're not going to, look to drastically improve or drastically bring in, certain level of competition for that position, I do feel like we have to put more emphasis on the tackle spot and that center spot. I think both of those, if we are going to make that splash at the QB position, we have to, whether it's in free agency or in the draft, we gotta connect on those two positions, man. So, like I said, that's kind of my thoughts on it. But you guys let me know your thoughts on Omar Khan and his comments about Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph, and company. But either way, I appreciate you for tuning in. And until next time, baby, peace.